Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Hi, I'm Jeff Overton, pastor of Mars Hill Baptist Church. And it's that time of year again where the hallways of the schools come alive with life. We love hearing the children go back, their laughter, their squeals, the excitement. And we want you to know at Mars Hill Baptist Church, we're praying for you as you start back to school. Whether you're in the kindergarten and starting your very first day, or whether this is your senior year, it's the last time you're going to walk the halls of that high school. We want you to know we're praying for you and we're supporting you. We're praying you have a great, productive year, a safe year, and when you come to the end of this school year, you look back and say, what a great year it's been. I also like to encourage you. We have a great children and student ministries at Mars Hill Baptist Church, and we'd love to come alongside you and help you grow in that area of your life as well. So as you begin this school year, begin knowing we're behind you, we support you, and we love you. God bless you. Have a great school year.
A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M Medical features a separate well waiting room to meet your needs. Visit today and ask about A&M's weight loss program and telemedicine services. That's A&M Medical, located at 2367 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee.
Bring your outdoor dreams to life at Loretto Nursery and Landscaping. This one-stop shop can help you get your project done from start to finish. Go see for yourself. They have a wide variety of plants, from tropicals to ferns and trees, plus hanging baskets. What they have to offer goes beyond what looks good. They also supply concrete, mulch, compost, and drainage culverts. Don't forget about their on-lot buildings and chicken coops. You think that's all? You can also stop by to fill up your propane tank. Loretto Nursery and Landscaping has you covered. Stop by 409 South Military Street.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
And we're here at X Sports Today. AJ Good joined by Hayden Burks, Michael Marks. Taylor Plott is storm looking, watching whatever the case may be today.
Whatever pops up.
Whatever pops up. We got some pop-up showers. We'll start off kind of small and get a little bit bigger as the day goes on. But that's where he is today. But, man, guys, we've actually got Collinwood plays tomorrow. And we have our first Alabama games are tomorrow as well. So high school football season will be here by this time tomorrow. We'll be playing games.
And I think what's been really cool is that we've gotten to see all three of our in-county teams, at least here in Lawrence County. We've got to see them playing a jamboree, so we kind of know sort of what we're going to get on Friday. But I think it's going to make for a pretty exciting season. I mean, in Lawrence County and Lauderdale County, pretty much everywhere we're covering.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, I haven't gone back to watch that Summertown game yet against Cornerville, so I don't really know much from Summertown's point of view. But Michael, you and I were there for the Wayne County game. Watched some of that Lawrence County game against Lauderdale County. So from the two games I've watched, I've liked what I've seen. Obviously, we've seen some rust from from players and stuff like that. Also guys that are just stepping into that role of that starting position. So, like I said, a lot to look forward to. Like I said, we all kind of had a bunch of question marks coming into the season and all that stuff. And like I said, we kind of got a feel for it a little bit more. And we're going to find out on Friday, what all of our teams are made of. Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, speaking of football, guys, more fallout from Daniel Jones. Who would have thought the Colts would be the most interesting story a couple weeks out?
I thought the Browns quarterback situation was bad. I didn't realize that the Colts situation was that bad.
I would say it might be in a rough spot, and it's crazy that we can't find 32 good quarterbacks.
Well, I saw something today. This is like their 11th quarterback since Andrew Luck retired. Mm-hmm. It's been their 11th quarterback.
Well, it felt like they would go through one a year. They had the 1 year of Phillip Rivers, the 1 year of Matt Ryan. I think they had Carson Wentz for a year.
Foles was there for a moment.
Joe Flacco.
Gardner Minshew.
Man, we just named like 8 right there.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Richardson's future is in flux following Tuesday's decision to name Daniel Jones as the starting quarterback. His agent, Derek Jackson, told ESPN, "We have a lot to discuss." Jackson said he believes Tuesday's decision and some previous situations involving Richardson has damaged the team's credibility. Trust is a big factor that is, at best, questionable right now, Jackson said. Anthony came back and made the improvements in areas he needed to improve, and by all accounts, he had a great camp. According to his agent, so take it for what it's worth.
I don't know from a personality standpoint. I haven't really kept up with Anthony Richardson from a personality standpoint. Obviously a great athlete, and this is the big issue. You spent the 4th overall pick in his draft on him, and he's younger than most of the guys that are getting drafted now, and also guys that were drafted like way before him too. He's still younger, but it's just a weird situation, and I think for him, he just needs to keep his head on straight. Don't go crazy on social media. That's the worst thing to do if you're an athlete.
He's never really done it.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, but I say he sounds like he's keeping his composure when he's talking to the media and all that stuff. So, I think the best thing for him is just to look for a suitable spot, because I know there's a team out there for his youth and the potential he has. There's going to be a team out there that'll take him. I know one team right down the road that I'd probably say would take him as a backup right now, and that could be if Cam Ward doesn't work out, just throw Anthony Richardson out there. So
throw an even more improving.
Throw it even. Yep, exactly. So then again, I think he's still young, still got a future in his career, but it's teeter-tottering right now. It just depends on what he does, what his agent does, and like I said, I don't know if it's more for him, but I think it's also new ownership for the Colts and all that stuff. They're going to have their eyeballs out on everybody, including GMs, head coaches, and all that stuff.
Yeah, like Hayden said, he is young and has a potential for a very bright future, but his time with the Colts has not been very good. I mean, we remember the moment last season that led to him getting benched. He took himself out of a game.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big no-no, and that damages the
potential game-winning drop.
And then we see him get injured in the preseason, not being able to identify a blitz, and his agent says that has damaged the Colts team's credit, that their credibility.
His agent needs to kind of keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I was about to say, we have a lot of we've seen this a lot in sports, obviously, this year.
There's some guy on X, some apparent quarterback guru. It's like, you can't just look at the game film and say that Anthony Richardson lost a job. It's a whole lot deeper than that. And then everyone else responded like, we watched the film.
Yeah. I'd say everybody knows, and it's just one of those things where, like I said, the thing is, he's not 27, 28.
No, he's 23.
Right. He's 22. He's younger than I am. Yeah. So, like I said, it's just one of those things where he's just, got to look for the best suitable spot for him, and don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, and then going back to like with on the Colts side of things, is they want to give Anthony Richardson every shot they can, because he's proven that he has the talent. It's just it's the up here stuff that he has to get right with, and the Colts are trying to improve, and they're not going to put somebody out there that they think gives them, doesn't give them the best chance to win. And for right now, and it may sound crazy, but Daniel Jones is that guy for them.
Yeah, they say. I was listening to Get Up this morning about the whole situation, and they were saying that Daniel Jones was the more consistent guy during training camp between the two of them. So, and that's the key too. I mean, I don't care what you say. If I'm a GM or a coach, I want to put the best product out there. I don't care if it's a first overall pick compared to a 6th overall pick or a 6th round pick. Whoever gives me the best opportunity to win, that's what I'm going with.
Because Tom Brady ended up being a whole lot better than Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, it just
exactly
is what it is. Well, guys, More quarterback news out of Chicago. They signed their backup quarterback Tyson Bagent to a 2-year extension. Will be about 10. He will receive $10 million in the deal. Can earn up to $16 million with incentives. He's 25 years old in the final season of his rookie contract. Set to become a restricted free agent. The undrafted product from Division II Shepherd has held the backup role since 2023 and held it even with them bringing in Case Keenum. It's pretty good this past Sunday, 13 to 22 for 196 yards. Coaching staff has been very impressed with how he's handled this new offense, and he's even beat out guys like Justin Fields and other guys. And maybe watch out. Caleb Williams, watch your back here a bit.
Hey, Ben Johnson has a very complex but a very smart scheme offensively, and listen, the coach likes the quarterback that's going to adapt to his scheme the best, and
sign your back up to that.
Yeah, and maybe Bagent's been that guy for them. Obviously, I'm not at Bears training camp or anything, but I think it's good to lock up your backup role because I think that's we see teams like we've talked about with the Colts and with the Browns that they might have a starter, but it's really confusing, after that. But I think it's a good idea for Ben Johnson, his first year in Chicago, to lock up his 1 and 2 quarterback spots and just kind of ride with that for the 2025 season.
Yeah, obviously Ben Johnson with Detroit last year is the OC for them. We saw what he did with that offense last year, and I think this is probably one of those things where it sounds like Tyson is getting used to the offense, and it's like you said, AJ. Caleb Williams, in my opinion, is QB1 for them. But with Ben Johnson, if I don't see you, working the offense the way it needs to be ran, they might look at Tyson and say, "Hey, we're going to put you in for a drive and see how it goes." And like I said, if I'm Caleb Williams, I'm not sweating, but I'm glazing right now.
Well, and I don't think that his offense, especially with what we've seen from the Lions the past 2 years, relies on too much from your quarterback. He's made Jared Goff look like an excellent quarterback. Not saying that he's not, but he's more of that middle-of-the-road game manager type of player. It's his guys around him. He's had Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, skill guys like that.
Laporta.
Yeah, Sam Laporta even at tight end. So, obviously the Bears don't have that caliber of guys yet, but they just drafted Luther Burden. You still got Rome Odunze from that Washington team. You still have Cole Kmet. They have skill pieces around them. I'm very curious to see what they are a team that I feel like is not getting a lot of publicity this offseason. And listen, they were 5-2 last year before that Hail Mary and kind of derailed their entire season, but they could be a sneaky team this year.
Yeah. Golf news, after only 3 weeks on the job, new PGA Tour CEO Brian Rolap is promising significant change to the Tour's current model. Speaking with reporters on Wednesday at the Tour Championship, he announced a 9-person future competition committee that will be led by Tiger Woods. Other members of that committee are Patrick Cantlay, Adam Scott, Camilo Villegas, Maverick McNeely, and Keith Mitchell, as well as former Valero Energy Chairman, CEO Joe Gorder, Fenway Sports Principal Owner John Henry, and his senior advisor Theo Epstein. So the PGA Tour looking to switch things up and change some things heading into next year, guys.
Well, honestly, from the PGA standpoint, it's like what I told y'all whenever the Happy Gilmore movie came out and whenever we talk about golf. During this summer, golf is just taking off, especially with Rory winning the Masters, J.J. Spaun winning the U.S. Open, and then
just Scotty being Scotty.
Scotty being Scotty. Yeah. And, golf is just really taking off this summer. And I think PGA is trying to take advantage of that. And, obviously PGA, in my opinion, in the past has kind of been stuck to their old ways. Yeah. So maybe this is a good way to kind of change it up a little bit. They've obviously lost some golfers to Live Golf. Some of them bouncing back and forth between the two of them. But, I think it's good for PGA to be open to it. Obviously bringing in Tiger Woods from that standpoint to be somewhat of an advisor in that group there. So, I kind of, like I said, I haven't really gone into further detail about it. But honestly, if it's a step in the right direction, that's what the PGA needs to do.
Yeah, I may have some personal hard feelings towards John Henry and Theo Epstein with how the last half decade of the Red Sox have gone. But I think for golf, This could be a good move. I mean, we've seen the emergence of Live in the past couple of years, trying to bring a lot of money into golf and pretty much splitting up the PGA Tour. I think getting some former players, getting some current players, and getting some people with a little bit of money involved in this can, try to bring golf, at least the PGA, try to bring them into the future, because they, like you said, they've kind of been stuck in their old ways, and, golf has been very old-fashioned. Once you start, trying to bring in the future, because it says right here Epstein was big in getting the pitch clock into MLB, and
it's made the game so much better.
Yeah, I would say it's made the game go faster. And obviously the traditionalists weren't happy with it, but have now kind of adapted to it. So maybe he can do the same thing for the PGA Tour.
They watched Happy Gilmore too, going off the Maxi League golf with the shot clock,
right up there with the golf club hitting on
just hitting on
polo
the road
style.
Yeah, by side.
Well, guys, big news for this guy, NASCAR fan over here. 2026, they released their schedule, a new race course in San Diego, and a return to the Chicagoland Speedway. The All-Star race now in Dover, Delaware, and it will end its 38 race season back in Homestead, Miami Speedway, where NASCAR did that for a lot of years. After shifting back with Phoenix, other news, New Hampshire lost its playoff race to become the penultimate race of the regular season. And also North Wilkesboro is not the All-Star race anymore. That's in Dover, and North Wilkesboro will now be a cup race once again. I'm surprised that's not the headline of this article that I just read, but there you go. Some dates for us around here to take a look at. They'll be in Talladega April 26th and October 25th, not too far of a drive for us here, and in Nashville May 31st.
Well, I've got pros and cons with that. Obviously, I'm very happy Miami is the regular season finale. It never should have went to Phoenix. I'm glad they're bringing in Chicagoland Speedway. That's a great 1.5-mile track that that has been a really good track the past several years and really good viewership for NASCAR fans. I'm not a big fan of Dover being a part of the All-Star race. I think that should be Charlotte Motor Speedway, how it's been in the past.
Well, it's funny because they go to Charlotte the next weekend after the All-Star race.
So, like I said, I like, moving tracks in and out. And obviously not historical ones like, Daytona 500. Don't ever switch that. But, changing the regular season finale to certain places, don't do it. I think it needs to be in Miami. That's where it's always been. I think that's where it should stay. An all-star race, in my opinion, I'm sort of okay with moving it back and forth. Yeah. I'm glad they're putting what's that track? North Wilkesboro. North Wilkesboro. I love that track.
So happy
that track is awesome. Yeah. Like when I watched the All-Star race several years ago, when my favorite driver Larson won it, I just love that track. I was watching that race. I'm like, why is this not on the schedule?
It is
now. And now, since it's on the schedule, it's a points race now, and it's an exciting, crazy track, and anything can happen there. So, I'm a big fan of certain things in that, but I'm also my main thing is I dislike Dover being the All-Star race. I just don't see Dover as an All-Star race.
Get rid of that dumb Charlotte Roval. Bring back Kentucky Speedway.
And bring back Kentucky. It was so good.
Yeah, bring it back.
It needed some, I know it had some issues facility-wise when it needed to be repaved and all that stuff. But, it's a fun track to watch.
Yeah, bring back Kentucky. Get rid of the Roval, stupid street races. Let's get back to NASCAR being NASCAR.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Keep the big races where they are, but I do like them moving in and out places. Trying to keep the schedule fresh because obviously, it would be disappointing. Say for Phoenix, for example, you got a race in Phoenix March 8th and October 18th. I don't know why you would want to. But what if you want to go to a race in June once?
Yeah.
Maybe not in Phoenix, but elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the mindset of if you're having a championship race, you do not need to race that track before any time in the season. Because Phoenix has always been on the schedule twice. At the start of the year and at the end of the year. Here the past several years, like the past 8 years or so, Phoenix has been like the final race. So
I would say I agree with you. I don't think you should race the championship track before that race.
Now, I am biased because my favorite driver, Larson, that's his favorite track, Miami. So that's why I honestly like that going back to Miami as well, too.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're coming up next here on X Sports Today. We've got some potential realignment and expansion news coming out of Major League Baseball. We'll discuss that when we return.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
Back to school equals back to big savings at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Score 0% financing on select models and up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 1500 trucks. Over 150 used vehicles, all priced to move and below market value. Need service? Our expert team is ready, and we've got loaner vehicles to keep you moving while we work. Hurry into Heritage Automotive, where the deals are hot and the savings are huge.
Heritage Automotive. Expect more, experience the difference.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Nobody makes hauling more affordable than C&D Hauling. Serving southern Middle Tennessee and northern Alabama, they supply premium materials like asphalt, sand, gravel, and much more for whoever needs it, like contractors, builders, or homeowners. Call today for a free quote.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good with Hayden Burks, Michael Marks, and guys, some news over the weekend. Rob Manfred interviewed during the Little League Classic between the Mariners and the Mets.
Yeah, I believe so.
I watched some of it. I was trying to remember who the Mets were playing, and he brought up, guys, expansion and realignment for geographical purposes, and there's been some kind of stuff thrown out there of what these divisions will look like. We'll still have an American League and a National League. I know they're trying to divide it by the geographical regions, even though a lot of it just
doesn't make sense.
Make a whole lot of sense. So let me just run down the divisions here. In the National League Midwest, the Cubs, White Sox, Cardinals, and Reds. The National League Central, the Rockies, Royals, Rangers, and Astros. The National League Southwest, the Dodgers, Padres, Angels, and Diamondbacks. National League Northwest, Seattle, Las Vegas. That's what they should be, by the way.
Or Sacramento, whatever they are.
The Giants and the new expansion team, which they are it's looking like Portland. We'll get into that here in a little bit. In the American League, the Northeast, the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Phillies. The AL Mid-Atlantic, Orioles, Nationals, Pirates, and Guardians. In the Great Lakes division, the Twins, Tigers, Brewers, and Blue Jays. And in the AL Southeast, the Braves, Marlins, Rays, and Nashville.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to think of where in Rob Manfred's head he thought this was a good idea, because if he's listened to, he's probably heard the word realignment a lot and was like, oh, this must be a popular thing right now. Yeah. Well, it's usually people complaining about it.
Yeah.
And we talked about it during the break. This whole thing is horrible. Mm-hmm. And now it's not like the worst thing ever, but each league has two divisions that are really good and two divisions that are really bad with this.
Yes.
And I think it would make the playoff picture, it would ruin the playoff picture, because the fact that someone between the Orioles, Nationals, Pirates, and Guardians has to make the playoffs every year. Ugh.
Like, how do you do the wild card?
Exactly. Is it just the top team from each division makes it in? Do we get the top two in? What are we doing for wild cards?
Yeah. It's... you got so much flip-flopping here. I don't know why you can't just add Portland or add Nashville to just an existing division and then work out the scheduling. Like, okay, there might be just some other team in interleague that you just don't play that day or that year.
Well, for a little bit until recently, Houston was in the National League. Was in the National League West. The Central, yes.
The Central for a lot of years. And the Brewers were in the AL Central.
Yep.
And, they kind of changed it up there. But the thing that kills me about this, we did this detraction in minor league baseball. 40 teams lost. But now you're talking about adding two teams into that. That's at least 4 so you're going to add 8 more minor league teams into this whole fray.
Which just redacts what you just did a couple months ago.
Yeah, literally, it's a trickling effect down to AAA, AA, and single A, and just everything you do. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
The NBA's worked just fine with 30
I like
teams.
the expansion idea. I think
Yeah, I do
the MLB has needed it, but just the overall, you basically, as in realignment, it means realign those expansion teams into where they need to be. Like you said, it's not okay. Let's just realign everything. Yeah. That's where I got a problem.
I'm trying to think of the last time we had a team added. Was it the Florida Marlins? Or I guess technically the Expos rebranded to the Nationals, but it's been a while since we've had a new team in baseball.
Was it when the Rays Diamondbacks, was that the last? Because the Marlins were 93.
93. I think the Diamondbacks were 99.
The Rays and the Diamondbacks were both in 98.
98, okay.
So that's the last two teams we've brought in. I like Nashville, I think, because Nashville works well. You can put them in NL Central. You can put them in the AL East. NL East makes sense. AL East not so much, but there, you can certainly. There's 3 divisions where that city would make sense. Portland only makes sense really in the West on one of those others. I'm just not a fan of Portland.
Yeah,
it's not a good sports town. It is not, and I look at Portland, and honestly, it makes me. I have a question mark because with Portland Trailblazers selling like they did, is that something that they possibly knew about? But like I said, geographically, it kind of makes sense with Seattle, Las Vegas, and the Giants in there. But I just don't see Portland as a baseball
Sacramento would do much better than Portland if you're trying to look for a team in the out west or Salt Lake.
Oklahoma City.
Yes. Because,
look at what... Salt Lake... Well, they don't have football, but give them hockey, basketball, and baseball.
That's the three of the four.
I think Oklahoma City would embrace it.
Oh yeah, even when the Thunder weren't good, their attendance was great. Percentage wise, they always had a good crowd. There are some cities that are meant for sports and others that aren't. And look at Portland. All they have is their NBA team, the Trailblazers. And while when Portland was really good in the mid 2010s, the fans were great. But when they're not good, you could not catch me watching a Portland Trailblazers game.
It's not going to sell well, in my opinion, because Nashville, I feel like that there's a bunch of Braves fans in Tennessee and just all over this area. That I feel like if it's a Braves versus the Nashville team in Nashville, it's going to sell because people are going to show up. I don't see, a Las Vegas A's team and their fan traveling to Portland out of all places to go.
Say they are in the NL East. You'll get. Braves fans will come and travel. Phillies fans are everywhere.
Yes. Well, and I think
Mets fans are everywhere. But I think that makes more sense in the AL or the NL Central because you'll have, especially the NL Central, Cubs and Cardinals fans will flock to Nashville.
Yes, they will.
In a big way there.
And
maybe some Brewers fans.
And even maybe a little bit in the AL East. I get that one's, primarily Northeast other than Tampa.
But there's Yankees, Red Sox, and Yankees. You're one of them. Red Sox
everywhere.
And Yankees fans everywhere. So
I would say, when I went to that Cubs and Red Sox series after the All-Star break, ton of Red Sox fans there.
And Reds fan, there's a good Reds fan base here in Tennessee.
And even a pretty good Cardinals one, surprisingly.
Obviously, the Cubs have Double-A here in the Knoxville area, and that's done very, very well. So I think that's probably, if we're talking geographics, that makes them best sense.
I would say, I think the NL Central would be a really cool division for them to play in because obviously, you got the ties to the Cardinals and the Reds, them being somewhat local, but the Cubs have a really great fan base that travels. Milwaukee's a fun place to go.
Cardinals fans travel.
Yes, and I think it's going to be a hot commodity for whoever has to play in Nashville for that. Yeah. So
they'll jack up the prices to Cubs
fans
like all of you all do.
But it'll be cool. These people coming to see. I don't think they'll get a new ballpark. They'll probably just play where the Sounds have been for at least for a couple of years. Oh yeah, 100%. I just think
my problem. I love that ballpark. I really do. But you would have to do major renovations to it because it holds 10
or 12,
lucky. It's a great ball. It's a great minor league.
Well, I'm just thinking of what the Titans did when they moved and they played at Vanderbilt for a couple of years while they got
kind of tore down.
While they got LP Field built. So
you need significant upgrades.
Yes.
Or you might just have to straight up build a brand new place. But then the thought comes, okay, where
do you put it?
Yeah. knock down the soccer stadium.
Or one of the other football stadiums. I mean, we got 2 of them now. So
knock down Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just got finished with that one.
They can dual purpose. We do it all the time, But I do think it's looking more and more like Nashville will get a Major League Baseball team probably within the next 5 years.
Yeah, and I think most professional sports leagues should look at Nashville.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Titans, and while they haven't been as successful on the field, they've got a pretty good following.
Yeah.
The Predators
are huge. They haven't been good in the last 3 years.
But I mean, that's
still a big topic of conversation.
Introduced the state of Tennessee to hockey. I mean, obviously the Sounds aren't crazy popular or anything. It's minor league baseball. But you put a big league team here. Now, I get this area, a lot of Braves fans, and putting them in the same division would be a little tricky. But I still think they would have a great fan base and an NBA team. I mean, basketball is huge in Tennessee.
Yeah, well, maybe at least a WNBA team.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't put one yet.
Well,
they weren't a part of that first the expansion.
I mean, Memphis has got the Grizzlies, but Memphis might as well be its own island in Tennessee.
They don't really, and they don't claim each other.
World,
Memphis doesn't claim the rest of the state, and the rest of the state doesn't claim
once
Memphis.
You go past Savannah, there's really it's that area. I mean, as soon as you get past Savannah or Waynesboro, it's all Nashville, Knoxville, all that other good stuff.
But I think there's way better options for. Other than Portland, I think Nashville makes a ton of sense.
Well, if they're going to add teams, I think they need to find a way to do it without completely shaking up the entire face of baseball.
Right. And you can't put another team in Texas because where else do you got it in Houston? Yeah. You got it in Dallas. I mean, what's San Antonio?
Yeah, but I don't think
San Antonio's not going to be a baseball place.
I would say they have a minor league team. I think a AA team. So.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma City or I don't know.
Because that's the Dodgers AAA affiliate in Oklahoma City, and they have a pretty good following there as well. Yeah. So I think that's a city if you're trying to put one team in each division, I think that's probably a good place to look.
It's a centralized location, just kind of like Nashville is. You look at all the great fan bases like we mentioned, like Cubs, Reds. St. Louis, Braves fans there. I mean, Nashville will be kind of like,
the hot spot.
The hot spot. And I think that's a good.
And they're starting to, I've heard this a lot. Nashville's kind of the new capital of the South.
Yeah.
It's blown up a lot.
It's blown up a lot. It's kind of overtaken Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta's got its own issues, but Nashville's kind of turning more and more into the capital of the South.
Yeah.
And I think that's great for sports fans because obviously with the city growing as fast as that is, I mean, you're probably going to, obviously the Titans and the Predators are new. You get like a WNBA team. That's some new stuff. Bring Major League Baseball. Even I don't know if they put 2 NBA teams in Tennessee, but maybe
far enough apart.
And even an NBA team. I mean, I think any professional sports team you put in Nashville will succeed just because of the amount of people that are there, and they're all very passionate about sports.
Yep, they are.
Absolutely. Well, guys, coming up next, they don't know this, but we're going to play a Keep It and Dump It with Unbreakable College Baseball Records. It's coming up next here on X Sports Today.
It's one of our biggest sales of the year, the Storingly Furniture Labor Day Sale. Come shop our 3-acre showroom with Labor Day savings throughout. We have a huge amount of furniture in stock and ready to be delivered, featuring famous name brand furniture from all over the world. And all in-stock outdoor furniture is on sale now. Plus our huge selection of mattresses in stock and ready to go. Plus 0% financing is available and free delivery too. Don't you miss the Storingly Furniture Labor Day Sale.
Welcome to the newly remodeled Brass Lantern. For over 30 years, we've been serving delicious food to excellent people. Brass Lantern takes pride in authenticity, serving fresh, homemade food to please any member of the family. From mouth-watering to one-of-a-kind steaks served with gourmet marinade, to salad with our signature honey mustard dressing, specialty fruit tea, drafts, and much more. Our food is always prepared daily. Whether you come in with friends or family, you'll appreciate that fresh is better.
Let me tell you about a place that has it all for your home, bedroom, kitchen, lawn, and more. It's a home-owned and home-operated business that's been around for over 70 years, so you know they're doing something right. At Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, you'll find top name brands for every room of your house, and top brands for the outside too. Looking for appliances, televisions, couches, safes, bedding, mowers, and well, the list goes on. So make the drive today to 824 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg and be treated right.
Here at Fields & Brown Barbershop, legacy means a lot. We're trying to fill big shoes left by my two uncles and my grandfather, where every haircut came with conversation and every customer left a little taller than when they walked in. The barbershop is about pride. It's about knowing your barber knows your name and your story. Come see us at Fields & Brown Barbershop, where tradition never goes out of style. 3 generations, 1 legacy, your barbershop.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tennessee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tennessee Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Tennessee.com.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good with Hayden Burks and Michael Marks. Guys, we're playing some keeping and dumping here on Wednesday. We're talking about college football's unbreakable rules. It's pretty simple. If you think that it won't be broken, you keep it. If you think it will be broken, you can dump it.
Some of these I just think of off the top of my head are some tough ones.
All right. So the first one here from in the 1950s, Oklahoma went from 1953 to 1956 with 47 consecutive wins.
So that's 4 seasons, pretty much, four regular seasons.
I'm going to keep it or dump it.
Yeah, dump it if you think it could be broken. Keep it if you don't think it will be broken.
As much parity as there is today and lack of continuity with players, I don't think there's any way that gets broken.
I think I'm going to dump it. I've seen.
You think 47? Someone can knock off 48 straight?
I think somebody can knock off 48 straight. It's got to be a powerhouse, though.
That's 3 straight perfect seasons.
Yeah, that's 3 straight perfect seasons.
You have to do that in 3 years and win 3 consecutive national championships in the process.
I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think there's teams that in the back, like the Georgia team, past few years, Alabama the past few years, that have potential to possibly do that.
Yeah.
But I think eventually it'll be broken, so I'm going to dump it.
Okay. Let's see. In that, they held their opponents to single digits in 35 of their 47 wins and recorded 22 shutouts. They lost it to 19-point underdog Notre Dame on November 16th of 1957. Nearly 70 years later, no one has come close. Toledo won 35 straight from 69 to 71. Miami and USC in the early 2000s each won 34 in a row. And Georgia most recently won 29 in a row.
Yeah.
So,
and if Alabama wasn't a thing, they would have probably broken that record. But unfortunately, they run into them every year in the SEC championship game.
All right, here's the next one, guys. Barry Sanders, single-season NCAA record for rushing yards in a year. He did this. They haven't put the year up there.
I think it was 1983, maybe.
1988.
Okay.
1988, where he had 2,628 rushing yards. Keep it or don't.
The fact that Ashton Genty had as crazy of a season last year and didn't break it, I think that's pretty telling.
Yeah,
I'm keeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keeping. Yeah.
Well, here's a crazy thing about Barry Sanders. Genty needed 14 to get to 2601.
Barry did that in 11, 12
games?
Yeah.
Did that in 11 games. But you know what?
You think it can happen?
I think it could happen. You get one of these triple option teams.
Oh, yeah.
Against the right guy in the right spot, against the right kind of competition.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
I mean, especially with and maybe that team makes a playoff, makes a conference championship.
I would say I think
you
it's
put 14 and 15 games.
I would say I do think it's a little easier now, just because
it's easier now.
Because well, easier in the sense that there are more games. It's much tougher competition than the Big 12 in the late '80s, but
yeah. Craziness. Well, guys, the next one, Florida State's record of top 5 finishes. They finished in the top 5 every year from 1987 to 2000.
Wow. So 14 seasons?
Ooh. I don't see a team just keeping that constant for that long, 14 seasons. If you would have said 10 seasons, 5 to 10, I could probably agree with that. But I've got to keep that. I don't think that's ever going to get broke.
I think it could be broken. I think I'm really surprised that it's not like in Alabama, but obviously they didn't have a good 2010. I thought Georgia may be getting close, but I think it could happen. I think that there's bound to be a team like an Ohio State or a Penn State that just somehow just finishes top 5 every year for no reason.
So the best to that was Pete Carroll's USC team.
Oh, yeah.
They had 7 straight top 5 finishes. Bub Wilkinson's legendary Oklahoma teams had 7 straight, but Nick Saban's, his best run of top 5 was just 5 in a row from 14 to 18.
Wow.
So I'm keeping it. That's really, you've got to be that good for 14 straight seasons.
That's a lot.
I mean, without skipping a beat. I mean, that's pretty crazy. How about Oklahoma's rushing yards per game? They did this in 1971, where they averaged 472.4 rushing yards per game.
No. I'm keeping that.
In the same,
no
I was
way.
about to say, even if there is like the most perfect Navy or Army offense or Air Force or Rice this year, I don't think it happens.
There's no way, in my opinion.
But I will tell you, Rice's coach, I believe it was him, has the record for the most rushing yards in a loss. When he was at his last school, they rushed for nearly 800, and I think it was like 820 yards, and they lost the game. So maybe, but that one I don't see that getting broken.
Yeah, that's
that's nearly 500 yards a game.
Today's rush-heavy teams out of the Air Forces, the Navies, and the Armies, they don't even average 472 yards.
I would say they're in like the 300 range.
Yeah, they're in the high 300s, but you're talking your whole offense was that. But that's when they, the Wishbone was a new thing and that sort of stuff. But this next record isn't a great record. Florida quarterback John Reeves, in a game in 1969 on 66 pass attempts in a 38-12 loss to Auburn, threw 9 interceptions.
How did Auburn only score 38 points off 9 interceptions? No, I think there's such a short leash on quarterbacks now that you throw 2 and you're getting screamed at to be benched. Yeah. The fact that they gave him
they gave you 8 chances.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm keeping that. I'm with you. I think unless you're just down to your last quarterback, I mean,
at that point, put a receiver out there and
walk it.
Yeah.
Well, here's kind of a bit of a context to the whole thing. He left Florida in 1971. He left as college football's all-time passing leader, 7,549 yards, was selected in the first round of the NFL draft. I'm dumping it because I think somebody is going to get in a close, tight game
with a lot of interceptions.
With a lot of interceptions and a guy who's a potential first-round pick. And say a playoff game,
something
semifinal, a conference championship game where it's just this. That's
because you see those bowl games where both teams are throwing their backups out of there. I don't remember who, it was Cal and somebody a couple years ago. In the first quarter, there was 8 turnovers.
Yeah, so it could.
It could, but
Quentin Ewers is the person that reminds me the most of doing something like that.
So defensively, Derek Thomas in 1988, guys, sacked the quarterback 27 times.
What was the closest before that?
The closest anyone else has ever gotten was Terrell Suggs at Arizona State. He had 24-02. Last year's sack leader was Marshall's Mike Green with 17.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't see it.
It's a 28.
Yeah.
He had 27.
27.
Well, I don't know.
And again, he only did that for 12 games.
Yeah. I would say I think the amount of games makes it a little easier, but it would have to be someone like a.
Actually, they're saying he only played in 11 in 88.
Yep, that makes my.
I would say the point. I mean, because that's almost 3 sacks a game, and back in 1988, SEC teams were playing. It's probably still 8 conference games, but even those non-conference games, they were still playing some pretty tough opponents.
Yeah.
I just don't think we get that number.
No, I don't think so either. That's probably the closest one I'm teeter-tottering on, but I'm going dumb.
Because I think the only way it would happen is you have an instance like with a guy like Marshall had last year with a guy that probably shouldn't have been playing in that conference.
And against weaker competition.
Yes.
And the best he could do was 17. But then again, they played Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
They played Virginia Tech.
Yep.
They played some power. Even though he had 2 sacks at Ohio State.
I was about to say, it would have to be a situation like that, but I just don't think that, say, a MAC team, if they somehow made the playoff, I just don't think he'd have enough against big teams to get it done.
So, our next record, it's a special teams record, guys. In 2003, Antonio Perkins returned not 1, not 2, but 3 kicks for touchdowns in a game against UCLA.
In a game?
In a game.
I was about to say, man, there's got to be more than 3 in a season.
Oh, man.
No way that happens again. I mean, that is just
doing it once or twice is pretty rare, but 3 times. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah, with the new kickoff rules.
Mm-hmm.
So and with that, he broke the NCAA record for punt return. Is it a punt or kickoff? It was 3 punt returns.
Whoa.
It wasn't kickoffs. It was punt returns.
That's even more random.
Yeah.
And he also set another record, 277 yards for punt return yardage in a game. The closest to that was 219, so he shattered that record. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some really good kick and punt returners because I just remember Tennessee had a good stretch for a while, but I just don't think there's any way that gets broken.
Yeah, no, I'm with Mike on that one. I'm dumping that.
Yeah. So now this is an offensive record. Marcus Allen, in 1981, his senior year.
I think that was the year he won the Heisman.
On the year he won the Heisman, started off that year with 5 straight 200-yard rushing games. And that's a streak that is still alive 44 years later.
I think that one could be broken.
I think it can too.
Yeah.
I was about to say, in a similar situation with Genty, you get a guy that's really talented at a smaller school that doesn't have a brutal start to the season because most of those teams are playing like an Oregon or an Ohio State early in the season. I think that one could easily happen. I think out of everything you've said so far, that might be the most likely.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. I think that can definitely happen for sure.
Our next record, another offensive one. Patrick Mahomes set the NCAA record in a shootout against Baker Mayfield in 2016 with 819 total yards of offense. He was 52 of 88 for 730 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Also rushed for 85 yards and 2 scores in that game.
Boy, Cliff Kingsbury. They'd like to slay. So it's the 819 total yards of offense in one game?
18, yeah.
I don't see that being broke. That's got to be one of those shootouts, like you said, where it's going to have to be like 8 to 9.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They have to be even close into consideration.
I just don't. The Big 12 isn't what it used to be with terrible defenses and just anybody can light you up on any given night. I don't think we'll see it soon, but I think it could happen. I think that one's. I mean, I get 819 yards is a stupid number, but I think it's a viable.
Yeah, I just, in my opinion, I don't see that being broke.
I'm surprised that was the record.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Nick Saban. 14 straight years, and they won 100 consecutive games against unranked competition that was famously broke October 9th, 2021 on the road at
A&M.
So 14 years and 100 straight wins against unranked opponents.
I don't think it happens.
No,
I think that was also the first game Nick Saban lost to an assistant.
Yep.
One of his assistants. Because that's a lot.
Yep. Field goal heard around the world.
Yeah.
At the time.
I just don't think it can happen because with so much guys transferring and guys not playing and stuff like that, there's an unranked team that can trip anybody up any given year. I mean, we saw Alabama. I think 2 of their 3 losses were against unranked teams at the time.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last year too with Alabama losing to Vanderbilt and
Oklahoma.
Of course, different coach, but still, I mean,
yeah,
you can get beat any given Saturday. Yeah. So.
Let's look at some of the honorable mentions ones. This is an active one. Florida has scored in 461 straight games.
Whoa.
Next closest is TCU, has scored in 407 straight games. And another offensive one, Andre Ware for Houston. Back in 1989, in a game they beat SMU 95-21, threw for 517 yards and 6 touchdowns in the first half.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. No, that's not going to be.
Yeah.
I would say Nico had like 300 or something like that. I don't remember if it was Chattanooga or Kent State, but that's whoa.
Yeah. Michigan's Mike Hart, 1,005 consecutive rushing attempts without a fumble, went from 04 to 08 with that. And 2 of his career 3 lost fumbles came in his last game. Capital One Bowl against Florida. Michigan won.
Yeah.
Nebraska has sold out every home game since November 3rd, 1962.
That's a phony record.
Yeah. And I was at one of those games. That fan base is great. I loved it there.
But I feel like now they just sell out games for tradition's sake.
Yeah. Alabama won 27 consecutive SEC games from 76 to 80.
Whoa.
I think that could be broke.
27, you said? So that's,
yeah,
what, 3.5 seasons?
Yeah. I think that can happen.
If you can luck up with the new kind of SEC conference, well, they're going to go to 9 games next season, so that'd be three straight. It'd have to be like a Big 12 team or something to do it. It wouldn't be in the SEC or Big 10 because you can't dodge all the good teams.
East Carolina's Dominic Davis completed 36 consecutive passes in a game against the Navy in 2011. It's pretty impressive.
I think it broke T. Martin's record.
Yeah. Georgia had an NCAA record 13 turnovers in a 48-6 loss against Georgia Tech in 1971.
Whoa.
I don't think that will get broke.
North Dakota State in 2016 allowed just 3 punt returns in 14 games for a net total of 0 yards. Of their 61 punts that year, 37 were fair catches.
I think that one can be broken because I'm pretty sure there was, I think it was 2022 Georgia, by the time they had played Tennessee, it only allowed like 2 punt return yards all year.
Northwestern lost 34 straight games from 1979 to 1982.
Oh, so this being a bad thing isn't new to them. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see that again.
Speaking of more bad, Vanderbilt went an entire season in 1993 without a single touchdown pass.
Oh, no.
How do you do that?
Bless Vandy.
I mean, even Army, Navy, and Air Force will get at least one a year.
Ooh, man, bless their hearts.
Oh, man. Wake Forest's Nick Scibia holds the NCAA record with 34 consecutive field goals from 2018 to 2019.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't find a good kicker anymore, so 34 in a row is impressive.
Yeah.
And Donald Pumphrey's 6,405 yards in 54 games to break the NCAA career rushing mark, even though he broke Ron Dane's record, who has 63.97 in 43 games.
True.
And see, running back is a position that now it's valued so much differently than it was back then. Well, you're not getting a guy with as many carries, and if they're a good running back, they're trying to get to the NFL and get paid as soon as you can, because that window for you being productive is so short. I just don't think we're going to have a very good running back stay in college for 4 years and be the guy all 4 years to be able to get to those numbers.
400 yards, even in 54 games. That's a lot.
Because I would say Dylan Sampson had a great year last year. I think he had like 1,600 rushing yards, so he'd have to do that for 4 years.
Yeah, for
three
years and change. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, another fun show here on X Sports Today. We'll be back live and ready to go at 1:30 tomorrow. So for Hayden Burks, Michael Marks, I'm AJ Good. See you guys tomorrow.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.